been obsessed with big. And I don't know why that is, but everything seems to everybody wants everything big. Remember we went through the big cars? These huge trucks, monster trucks going to, you see them at the shopping malls. Big monstrous airplanes now, jumbo, super jumbo jets. Everything in America has to be big. They think big is better. Even in painting. Starting probably around the 50s in New York City, they started doing these huge paintings. I mean, they're gigantic. They're 20 feet tall or something, you know, huge images, and filling up the museums with these huge, big paintings. You know. They're monstrosities. But that became, then the critics started saying how great that was. The next thing you know, everybody believes it because they like big things, I guess. But the Book of Art, let me tell you what it says about big paintings. The scale of your work is important. Keep your work on a human scale. If you do colossal paintings on a very large canvas, the paintings will overshadow you. You will be diminished as an artist. It is best if your paintings appear to be the work of a single artist rather than paintings done by a work crew. True art is the art of subtleties, not loud, in-your-face explosions of images and color, which, in times of sensory overload, may get you instant attention and win praise from those with shallow vision. But these warehouse paintings will have no long-term validity, nor will they gain recognition as worthy art. So the notion that big is better is just some kind of an American, I don't know where we got it. I just don't understand it. But it's very much an American trait. We think the bigger something is and the more money you paid for it, it's got to be the best. And that's wrong thinking. I think we all know the consequences of that now. What happens when everything gets big. Bigger companies, bigger cars, bigger investments, bigger heads. Look at the heads of some of these celebrity people. They need a warehouse just to keep their egos in. We have to, as artists, we have to get hold of ourselves and start thinking, what is this all about? What's the notion of a huge warehouse-sized painting? What is that about? That's just to grab attention. This huge image, it's like a billboard. True art is subtle, very subtle. It's between your art soul and the canvas or paper, whatever you're working with. It needs to stay on the small scale so that people can relate to it on a small scale without having to just be overwhelmed by this huge monstrosity in front of you. The museums are full of that stuff too. I mean, I was in New York, I saw. They just fill these huge walls with these huge paintings. Dwarfs the viewer. The viewer is made to feel small and insignificant in front of these huge paintings, which again alienates the viewer or the connoisseur. They're made to feel small, but they should be engaged. You see the problem there? I mean, I don't expect the New York artist to stop that, to say, oh yeah, this is wrong to do these big paintings. They're going to keep on doing it because they're after the money and they're after the glory and the show and the, you know, shock everybody and all that kind of stuff, you know. They all want to be Picasso. They want to sell for the most money. They want to have the most everything. They want everything to come to them. They want to be arrogant and they want to tell people how great they are and stuff. It has nothing to do with art. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Or being an artist. Being an artist is about your art soul. And it's quiet. Okay, something else. A few other aphorisms in the Book of Art. Do not overdo things. Preparing for a trip across the country when you're only going across town is a waste of time and energy. Those are some things to think about. A true artist will always know what to do, and he will always do it. Remember that. That's all for today. I'm going to I'll probably come back and read some more aphorism next week. There's some aphorisms here on just living your life rather than live it as an artist. So we'll look into that next week. All right. In the meantime, go to my website, send me an email. See you next week.